Hey, this is Tova Martin talking for the Litchfield Garden Club, and we're doing a tour of the Litchfield Garden Club's 100th anniversary tour of Litchfield Gardens. The Ozias Lewis House, and this is an 1806 property, but what they did was they made this terrace moving out from the house, and they surrounded it with peonies, herbaceous peonies right around the house, just a chorus of them, a chorus line of them. Focal point of this garden is an armillary, which is a very modern version of an armillary, and it goes off the main axis of the patio, so it's the focal point of the patio, and you move over to more peonies. Peonies just go right around this border with, it looks like a lilac standards at the turning points, and deck furniture. You can tell that we're in an artist's garden because the artist is the owner here, and the sculpture accents every garden. There's a little bit of sculpture in it. So what he did was he took the sculpture, added it with the ligularia in that garden, and a lot of astilbe, a whole herd of astilbe, accented by boxwood, a trio of boxwood, in this little pocket garden right off the side of the main patio. In this garden, everybody's going to have penstemon envy, because the penstemon is just really going gangbusters today. Later on there'll be daylilies. The astilbes are all powered up and ready to pop any minute now. And iris in this garden, tree peonies, and all sorts of peonies. And again, the baptisia, the native that runs as a theme throughout this tour. I guess everybody had a little bit of baptisia in their garden. Right opening day for our tour was this beautiful yellow tree peony hybrid. It might be an Ito, and it's popping. If anybody's grown tree peonies, they know that they have their moment in the sun and it might only last a day. Well, this is its day of glory, really, and it's with the Oriental Poppy. It's opening simultaneously with this very unique color of Oriental Poppy. You don't see this color around much. It's salmon. They're usually bright orange, screaming fire engine orange, but this is a lovely, very discreet color. About this color, you don't often see, I don't know how to describe it, maybe brownish purple, maybe, how about aubergine? We have a Japanese maple, and again the espalier fruit tree with thyme underneath it. Baptisia in this garden as well, and then we have a reiteration of the peonies that are up above, this one in pure white. The artist in residence is very into color. Irises, actually these look like Siberian irises, and we're going to have phlox later on. Not only Oriental poppies, but to take this wonderful color of Oriental poppy and to mingle it with just the right pink of peony, herbaceous peony, just ready to open. That might be, let's see, Sarah Bernhardt or something like that. And it's a great combination. The irises, a few have tarried for us. A lot of them are gone by, but not this particular navy blue iris. It's happening right now, and it's growing right alongside yet another peony. This one looks like it's probably an herbaceous peony with yarrow and alchemilla, the lady's mantle, growing, some phlox which will happen later. All these beds, each one has a color theme. To focus on each color and to keep the colors going is sort of like a juggling act. This particular one ends with the midnight blue salvia on the edge. The peony, behind it is a tree peony that probably performed a little bit later, but we have all these little beds that are interconnected. They have a dialogue together, but they're all very unique shapes. These gardens work together really like a puzzle piece puzzle pieces. They are very unique shapes. Each one has its own little shape, but they work together in a dialogue so that when you move through, you actually look through color into the further color. Irises, peonies, later on thalictrum, salvias, daylilies, all will talk to each other, not only in their bed, but in the beds that they are facing. Well, here we have the Oriental Poppy color that most of us know of, the bright, bright orange. And you wouldn't think that orange would work with pink, but it does. And that's because the artist knows his stuff. And it's next to Siberian irises, picking up the color of the salvia next to them that are both working on the same color theme. Later on, astilbes will be blooming, and it looks like he's got some lilies that will be coming in later as well. This is an artist, and you can tell it because the sculpture is sprinkled throughout the garden. This one is modern, and yet it works probably because of the patina. It works with in this garden that is a shade garden. Boxwood, hydrangeas, ajuga, wigelia, hostas. Again, the tree peonies. This is a wonderful way to shade them because in the sun the flowers would probably be ruined. You need little destination places in your garden, and the artist in residence thought of a great way to do it with panache, just taking columns and supporting a belvedere on top. And then it's surrounded by boxwood, but it looks out on all the color themed gardens facing a bright red peony. You could imagine underneath this immense old copper beech, who knows how old, lots of shade, but to glorify this old tree, which is actually on the neighbor's property, I think. But you needed shade plants, astilbe and rocket and hydrangea and the climbing hydrangea and more hostas.